Hey guys, Noel here. It is Tuesday, and before we go about our business for the day, I thought it would be fun to review
Final Fight Revenge!
for the Sega Saturn. This is a highly sought after game. It is the arcade sequel to Final Fight, which was one of my favorite games growing up. I had a Sega Genesis, but I would eagerly await invitation to my friend's house who had a Super Nintendo so I could play this game. Not that I didn't enjoy my friend's company, but this game was certainly a big reason why I wanted to go hang out at his place. Final Fight Revenge. This game is absurdly priced when you go on eBay. This is a high-quality reproduction, which I got off of Etsy. It's very nice here. And I paid, about the price for a normal game, $20-30 for this, as opposed to the $1,500, which I've seen this game go for. eBay's full of scalpers, but, this game is ridiculously priced. The reason it's priced so high is because this is one of the last games for the Sega Saturn, and is Capcom's last game for the Sega Saturn. It was only made in Japan, and it is a fighting game, Final Fight game. So, enough of me talking here. Let's get down to playing some Final Fight Revenge for the Sega Saturn. So we have Cody. We have Damned, or Thrasher, as he was known in the Super Nintendo version in the United States. Katana, as he was, or Sodom, which is his real name. Andore, also known as Hugo in Street Fighter 3. Hager. Rolento, who's in a lot of these Street Fighter Alpha games. Elgato. Eddie E., who is kind of like evil Carl Winslow, if you watch Family Matters. Poison, the eye candy female character, who's got an interesting history that we might touch a bit on. And Guy, the cool ninja. For the sake of this review, my two favorite characters are Poison and Guy, but let's just do Guy, because that's my grandpa's name. And we'll go to turbo mode, and we'll fight Poison. All right, here we go. Now, again, this game looks very nice. It plays very smoothly, but a lot of people who've played this game says that it feels a bit uninspired, not quite as fast-paced as games like the Street Fighter EX games or Rival Schools when we're talking about 3D Capcom games. Now, this game will have two attack options. We have a light and fierce punch and a light and fierce kick, and then we've got a special move button. Poison is wearing her Roxy colors. Okay, so Poison, if you're watching this, you probably know the backstory here. Poison was originally developed while Final Fight was in development as the, girl character, the eye candy character. Feminist groups apparently were giving Capcom some grief, and so Capcom, to cover their butts, basically said that Poison was a transvestite. Don't yell at us, we're not hitting women, we're hitting transvestites. Which then caused transvestites to get upset. Oh, you're hitting transvestites now, are you? So basically, Capcom's response now is, Poison's whatever you want her to be, or him to be, or whatever. But when this game came out, everyone seemed to have forgotten about all that nonsense. And everyone just kind of took Poison as being a girl, so that's how I take it. Poison's a girl. That's how she was meant to be, so whatever. Anyway, if I stand over this weapon here, which just got knocked out of my hand, I think. No, she got it, yep. I can fire that.
Guy wins!
Guy's voice, I believe they just pasted his voice from the Street Fighter Alpha games in this. So, other characters have Western voice actors.
Incoming.
So here's Rolento.
Ready? Fight!
And again, this game is really easy to pull off moves. There's no real frustration with the controls. Again, I think it looks very nice. Maybe not quite as vivid, not as much pop as a game like Rival Schools. But, which is what you're going to end up comparing this game to, because Rival Schools is the quintessential Capcom 3D fighting game that came out in the late 90s. But again, this game is very enjoyable to play, although, again, the music, in my opinion, leaves a bit to be desired. Uh-oh. When those super moves hit, the camera angle changes, and you get some pretty creative screenshots here. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get my super move here to work. Or that'll work, I can just suplex you into a barrel. Playing this game on one round is also nice. You get to just kind of whiz through the game in a relaxing fashion, which is what I like. I like quick linear gameplay because I have stuff, professional obligations, and I can't spend all my time playing video games here. Andore, also known as Hugo in Street Fighter, the rival of Alex. It would have been nice if this game got some sequels, because there is good stuff in this game, and it could have been built on in future installments here. But sadly, this game came out near the end of the Sega Saturn's lifespan in Japan, and Sega Saturn was quite popular in Japan. It was popular like the Sega Genesis was popular in the United States. So Sega Genesis in the US, they were making stuff for that in small quantities up through 1997. They were making stuff for the Sega Saturn in Japan up through 2000. Sonic 3D Blast, which came out in the US in 1996, that got a release in Sega Saturn Sega Saturn in Japan after Sonic Adventure, I believe. Come on. Ah, he blocked. Super moves, the computer is pretty good at blocking. Poison and Damned super moves actually are pretty good because they kind of float around on the screen. Damned does a whistle, and if that music note hits you, all the Mad Gear guys come and beat you up like in the boss fight in Final Fight 1, which is just as fun as it sounds. So here's Evil Carl Winslow. I think the people who did the music to this game had the Cosby Show playing in the background, because this opening theme sounds a lot like an opening to a season of the Cosby Show. In fact, this might have been the last opening theme to the Cosby Show. Check it out. Compare this level of Final Fight Revenge to the last opening theme to the Cosby Show. Here's Hager.
Ready? Fight!
Here we go. So this is a good example of the camera angle shifting around. I actually don't really like Guy's super move very much. Cody's is much better. You can do like rapid punches like he does in the video game. Oh, incidentally, this game you see how Cody ends up in jail, because when we play him in Street Fighter Alpha 3 or 03, he's in jail. Basically, Mad Gear frames him for a bunch of stuff that they did. Which, since Hager's the mayor, it's pretty hard to imagine how that would happen, but I don't know. I guess there was a corrupt DA and fickle jurors in Metro City. That's the only reason I could think of that Cody got arrested, so. When you play the game as Poison, it talks about how Cody gets framed. And Poison's all disappointed because Cody's still hung up on Jessica. Here's Belger. Incidentally, this game is playing on the Panasonic video monitor with RGB. That's right. You need less RBGs in the Supreme Court and more RGBs in my game room. That's right. So, I'm just kidding. If you like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that's alright. We can still be friends. Darn, I missed my super move. I got a perfect. I wonder what'll happen if I get credits for that. Victorious, but not unscathed, Guy realizes he's been contaminated by his vile foe. Oh no! I shall not succumb to this evil inside of me. Unwilling to let the zombie possess him, Guy returns to his native land and now faces the fight of his life.
Game over.
Now I gotta finish him with the super move to get the ending. Let's put our initials in here. I do recommend Final Fight Revenge, but I would not pay the exorbitant prices that they charge on eBay for it. It's a good game, but it is not worth anywhere over $100 unless you have a lot of money and you want to spend to get an official copy of this game. So I recommend going on Etsy, getting a nice high-quality reproduction, and getting a pseudo Saturn. And until next time, guys, my name's Noel. You buy some Final Fight Revenge, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.